Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving right into the fascinating evolution of modern learning, digital pedagogy. Now, whether you're an educator, an edtech developer, or just someone who's absolutely obsessed with learning more efficiently, understanding how the very fabric of teaching is changing is pretty much essential. So let's just get right into it. Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll be hitting 4 key areas. First, defining digital pedagogy, then the evolution of the classroom, core teaching principles, and finally, the future of education.
All right, Section 1. Defining digital pedagogy. Method over hardware.
Okay, let's just go ahead and dispel a massive myth right out of the gate here. Digital pedagogy, it is absolutely not just about handing out iPads to a room full of students. It's a fundamental shift in the method and the theory of teaching itself. For the longest time, we had this idea that just putting a shiny new laptop on a desk would somehow magically improve education. But we all know technology on its own doesn't actually teach. The real magic happens when the teaching method adapts to utilize those tools. It's asking the deeper questions like, how does the internet fundamentally change the way we do research? Or how does collaborative software completely rewire peer interaction? It's the entire theory of teaching, just entirely modernized. Moving right along to Section 2. Evolution of the classroom, from analog to digital.
Think about traditional pedagogy for a second. It was totally a one-way street, right? You had the teacher standing up at the front, holding on to all the knowledge, and essentially just delivering it to rows of completely passive students. It was analog, it was static, and it was entirely bounded by 4 walls. But modern digital pedagogy, it's highly dynamic and deeply theory-driven. Because students are literally carrying the entire world's information in their pockets right now, the educator is no longer just this distributor of basic facts. Instead, they're a facilitator. They're guiding students on how to critically navigate, synthesize, and actually apply all that digital noise. Look how fast this timeline moved. Back in the 20th century, it was all chalkboards, overhead projectors, and lugging around like 30 pounds of heavy textbooks in your backpack. Then, in the early 2000s, we saw this incredibly rapid introduction of technology. But honestly, this middle phase was often just substitution. We literally just took that heavy textbook and turned it into a static PDF on a screen. We changed the tools, sure, but we didn't actually change the teaching. And that brings us to the present day. We finally realized that just slapping new tech onto old methods completely fails. The pedagogy itself has finally evolved to meet the capability of the technology. All right, Section 3, Core Teaching Principles, the digital framework. So digital pedagogy really forces us to completely rethink how we learn in a connected environment, and it's built on 4 core pillars. First, moving well beyond basic tech integration. This means actually knowing the why behind the tool you're using. Second, elevating teaching methodology. We're talking about utilizing digital spaces for truly active learning. Think global collaborative wikis or interactive VR simulations that old-school pen and paper could never even touch. Third, adapting to modern, asynchronous, multimedia-rich landscapes to actually keep learners engaged. And finally, shifting pedagogical theory, meaning creating a bedrock psychological framework that ensures every single tool actually serves a real learning objective.
And honestly, this right here is the absolute thesis of our entire explainer. Digital pedagogy is not merely the introduction of technology into a classroom, but a fundamental shift in the method and theory of teaching. Think about it. The tech industry moves at lightning speed. We've got tablets today, VR tomorrow, AI tutors the next day. If we only obsess over the gadgets, we are constantly going to be playing catch-up. But by focusing on the actual theory of teaching, we build this incredibly resilient, future-proof framework that can seamlessly adapt to any new tool that comes our way. Which brings us to our final section, Section 4, the future of education and empowering learners. Ultimately, this whole evolution is about empowerment. It empowers everyone to support highly focused learning. And hey, digital pedagogy doesn't just stop at K-12 or the university level. It is driving corporate training, online masterclasses, and self-guided exploration. By understanding exactly how digital tools best facilitate human cognition, we empower educators to design way better courses. We empower developers to build software that actually aids learning rather than just distracting from it. And most importantly, we empower lifelong learners, like you, to intentionally seek out environments that leverage this modern landscape. It literally transforms you from a passive recipient into the active architect of your own knowledge. So I want to leave you with this pretty provocative question to chew on. As our tools keep evolving, how does this fundamental shift change the very way we connect and find truth in the classroom? When algorithms are curating our research and our peers are just avatars on a screen, the theory of how we teach has to fiercely defend the human element of learning.
Honestly, it is the ultimate challenge for the next generation of education. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.